Welcome, beautiful souls. Today, I would like to share with you all some information about the next solar eclipse, but not only about it, but the energies that surround it, because they are really interesting, really moving, and really help us to step into our future. So, let's begin. First, we begin talking a little bit about the solar eclipse because it will happen on March 29th, while Mercury and Venus are retrograde and trine with a direct Mars. The Sun and the Moon at that moment will be at 8 degrees 57 minutes in Aries. So, which kind of consciousness the eclipse awaken within us? Because the moon will eclipse the sun for a while, giving us some minutes of darkness to help us to go within and ask, which kind of consciousness have I had until now? Which kind of belief and ideas have driven me until now? Our ego-driven consciousness as humanity, has almost destroyed all life on earth, and with it, we have destroyed ourselves. Uh, Another question is about my personal needs have eclipsed my solar consciousness. The solar consciousness, I mean our hearts. And another question can be, I only have eyes on me with any relevance to other living beings around. So, better than talking about Aries, for example, the North Node, the planets, I prefer to focus on the deep energy that awakens or will awaken, in reality awakens, because we are now under the influence of the solar eclipse, and for some days, not only the 29th, although the 29th will be the strongest energy of the eclipse. So these questions are really interesting if you want, of course, to ask. But there's more, because the sun and the moon are in Aries, and this reminds us that within us there's a spark of fire that gives us enough boldness and courage to start anew, to transcend the victim-victimizer archetypes, or the victim and victimizer, and in this way being able to overcome the solar ego-driven consciousness that has defined us as a humanity for millennia. It's also about lifting our heads and being able to say no to all injustice while recovering our battered individuality. In this way, we can ask ourselves who we are beyond our name, last name, titles, schools, definitions, place of living, politics, religions. If we strip ourselves of all of that, what remains? Or there is a void within us. Now it's time to search who we really are. The 9 degrees of Aries, its meaning tell us about being called to disperse the old thought forms and precipitate disorientation and then reorientation, being directed from our inner strength and power to push any boundary and direction. and make impossible for everybody to continue as they were before, because we are bringers of great changes that until now were not allowed to happen, and we are able to disobey the authorities, to challenge them, and begin to build a new world. All of this I will uh, unfold or explain better later. So there's a little bit more, because this eclipse happens 9 days after the spring equinox. So it's about complexion, to close a door and open a new one, after the exquisite balance of dark and light, of feminine and masculine energies that the equinox brought to us. Now is when life rebirths and sprouts one more time, giving us hope and faith on the future, the spring, the beginning of the spring. It encourages us to believe that we can create something new and different accordingly to our consciousness of now, because it's a moment of being present, recovering our scattered mind, finding our inner strength, and recover our being, and in this way giving us the chance to rebirth individually and collectively. But there's more, because this eclipse happens while the sun and the moon are within the influence of the Cetus Constellation. So the constellation you have here in this picture, in the screen, is from the 0 degrees Aries, where the star Deneb Kaitos Schemali is placed, and the sun conjuncts it on March 20th, until it spans until the 15 degrees of Taurus, where the star Merkab is the first. The Deneb Kaitos Shemali is the rightest one on your screen. The star Merkab is the leftest on the screen. And the sun conjuncts it, Merkab, on May 6th, although its influence lasts until May 7th. This constellation is named as the cosmic whale, and is associated, of course, to the spring equinox, because the first star of the sun conjuncts the first star of this constellation just during the spring equinox. Is like it welcomes us into a new season, but also a new era for all of us. The spring equinox is about the beginning of a new zodiacal year, and here we left behind Pisces, the cosmic waters, but as we enter Aries, we continue the water theme, because now we are in Cetus constellation. There are also other constellations that can influence us during this time, but at this moment, at least at this moment, for me, the most influence is from Cetus. So when the water theme continues, but under the fiery sign of Aries, it means that Aries gives strength and direction to the waters. The essence of the Cetus constellation is about mastering emotions, instead of being dragged by them, but also recovering our Akashic records and bring them down to earth in the here and now, while healing and making whole our mind. In Cetus live different kind of beings, physical and not physical. Some are in 3D, others in much higher dimensions. For example, here live the Emerter. They are a peaceful and advanced 5D grey civilization that work together with the Cetaceans. But and in the higher dimensions, 12, 13, 14 dimension, live mother whales, mother cetaceans, including octopuses, because the octopuses are precious guardians of the treasures of the seas. That is not about golden coins and objects, but the treasures of the seas are about unique light codes held by the waters, by the consciousness of the waters that help us to evolve, and also they hold and sustain the life here on earth. In these dimensions, 12, 13, 14, the mother cetaceans and the octopuses hold and protect the Akashic records of the entire galaxy. The Akashic records are not only about memories, history, but about dreams. The dreams we had before coming to Earth. What we dreamed to create and materialize once being incarnated here on Earth. Because all had a dream, what we wanted to live, what we wanted to really create once being here on Earth. Maybe we don't remember that dream, but deep inside we know what we really want to live here, which kind of life, of society and humanity we want to live and become. And now it's time to recover those dreams and bring them here, in the here and now. But for that, we need to strengthen our minds and connect them with our cosmic mind. The cosmic mind, we can say, is the practical, creative part of our soul that not only dreams, but is able to give form to shape, give form our dreams and connect them to our bodies in order to be materialized. But how can we strengthen our minds and heal them? Because the human mind is broken. Maybe have tears with many gaps that make us vulnerable and manipulable. One way to strengthen our minds is connecting with the mother cetaceans, but also with archangels. But in reality, who are they, the archangels? I mean, lately I've been working together with some of them, so I will explain what I really know firsthand about them. They are the first human blueprint of this universe, or represent the first human blueprint of this universe, a blueprint that came from similar beings of other universes. They are from, or they live from 9D, 12D. They represent our highest human blueprint that we humans can achieve while returning to the primordial source, to the creatrix, creator of this universe, to while evolving. Although part their blueprint also came from mother whales and winged felines. Because of that, within us there are all their potential and abilities. So they are the highest human blueprint. It means that within us is also this blueprint. Their energy is subtle and don't have specializations or names as we normally call them, because the names in reality are a human invention and a personification that have manipulated their energies, because they are a collective consciousness. They don't have individuality, and they hold within them all their potential, whatever it is, that later they can direct in a way or another for being communication, healing, protection, or whatever needed reason. And we can invoke them without calling them by names. Maybe we need to heal or overcome something physically, emotionally, mentally, for example. And once we invoke them with their energy, they will strengthen the part of ourselves that we need to overcome. Or they strengthen, for example, our healing part, our communication part, our ability to protect ourselves, for example, because they don't involve directly into our affairs. And this is very important. So they are not involved directly with our affairs. So when we invoke them, they awaken within us the part of us needed to overcome whatever we need. And they help us to remember who we really are, because we are part of them, and help us to awaken and fire the needed part of us that we are asking to them. Invoking their energy is a way to strengthen our mind and connect it to our cosmic mind. As I said, the cosmic mind is the part of our soul that is with creativity, with the ability to shape and give form to our dreams and connect them with our bodies as a way to be materialized. So, invoking its energy, we strengthen the connection from between our mind and our cosmic mind. And in this way, we begin to fill up the gaps, the tears that are within our minds. There are also non-human archangelic beings. For example, the winged felines and also others are archangelic beings in reality, although non-human. And they work together with mother whales. I see them as very similar energies that can flow from one to another, that can change their consciousness, we can say, is, well, and very subtle. And all of that is possible because for some days now, there's happening a collapse of temporal realities, as I see it. Or we can say a precipitation of time or timelines. It's happening an actualization of time. It's like we are actualizing ourselves, our consciousness, um, from a gap of 300 years, more or less. So, because for some days there is happening a profound movement of time, and it means that until now humans have lived in the past, that because it involves manipulation of timelines through fear, violence. I won't enter about it. But this manipulation of timelines that have kept us into the past, living into the past, were impeding our consciousness to be fully present. So, as a way of saying, we can say that we had our consciousness and presence, or the present being, as an idea, as yes, as a wonderful idea, impossible to materialize. Maybe we had or have dreams of who we are, or we know that we are much more than we are doing right now, that we can do different things, but at the same time we don't know how. Or maybe we think that we are only a beautiful idea, impossible to materialize. Well, it's because of that, because we have lived in the past. And so, in this way, there has been a big gap between who we really are and what we could become in the here and now, in this life. But now the situation is ending, and there is a precipitation, is the way I see it, a precipitation of time actualizing ourselves. And because of that, now we can reclaim, connect, and integrate our true blueprint and bring it to this present. And in this way, be present. And if we are present as much as possible, we can materialize all our dreams. So now I encourage you to, to think about which kind of dreams do you have within your heart, within your soul. Which kind of dreams, what you dream about humanity. And now it's time to bring this dream and dream big, biggest. Bring this dream into the here and now, like bringing it into the here and now, and placing its energy down underneath our feet, down into the earth. And as I said, we also can connect, invoke mother cetaceans, mother whales, archangels, to help us to bring our dreams into the here and now and materialize them. And in this way, recovering our true blueprint, human blueprint, and also heal our minds. Because, as I said before, the Cetus Constellation is also about healing our mind, and uh, so it can be whole, complete again. Have a beautiful day. See you soon.